I walked into that building for the last time on a Tuesday morning. Same route I'd taken for 55 years. Same elevator, same hallway. But this time, I didn't walk back out with my badge. They called me into HR around 10. Two people I'd never seen before. They thanked me for my service, said the company was restructuring, said I'd receive a severance package, 3 months' salary. After 55 years, 3 months felt like what you'd give someone who'd been there 3 years, maybe less. I didn't argue. I didn't raise my voice. What would be the point? I just nodded, signed the papers, and walked out. I'm 74 now. I started at that company when I was 19. I gave them most of my life, and I thought that meant something. I really did. But standing in that parking lot, holding a cardboard box with a few personal items, I realized how little any of it had mattered to them, and how much it had cost me. I'm not here to tell you I'm bitter. I'm past that. But I am here to tell you what I wish someone had told me a long time ago. Not because I want sympathy, but because maybe you still have time to do things differently. The first thing I learned too late is that loyalty doesn't go both ways. I believed in the company. I showed up early, stayed late, took on extra projects, skipped vacations when they needed me. I thought if I proved myself, if I worked hard enough, they'd take care of me. That's what my father taught me. You stay loyal, and loyalty comes back. But companies aren't people. They don't remember. They don't feel grateful. When the numbers don't work, you're just a line item. Doesn't matter if you were there 5 years or 55. I remember missing my daughter's high school graduation because we had a product launch. My boss said it was critical. Said they'd make it up to me. They didn't. And 20 years later, that same boss didn't even remember my name when we passed in the hall. You can be loyal to people, but a company is not a person. I wish I'd understood that earlier. The second lesson is that time is the one thing you can't earn back. I made good money over the years. Not great, but decent. Enough to live on. Enough to save a little. But I always told myself I'd travel later. I'd spend time with my wife later. I'd pick up that hobby later. There was always a reason to wait. A project that needed finishing. A deadline that couldn't move. A promotion I was working toward. My wife used to ask me to take a Friday off. Just one Friday. To drive to the coast with her, I'd say next month, next quarter, when things slowed down. But things never slowed down. And now she's gone. Passed 3 years ago. And I never took her to the coast. I have money in the bank now. But I'd give all of it for one Friday afternoon with her. Just one. And I can't buy it. No amount of overtime or raises or retirement savings can buy back time that's already gone. The third thing is your health doesn't wait for permission to fail. I ignored every signal my body gave me for decades. The back pain, the headaches, the weight I put on because I ate lunch at my desk every day. I told myself I'd deal with it later. I'd join a gym after this busy season. I'd see a doctor when I had time. But your body keeps score, and eventually it stops asking. I have diabetes now, high blood pressure, arthritis in both knees. I can't walk more than a block without needing to sit down. And I think about all those years I spent sitting in meetings, in my car at my desk. I could have moved. I could have taken care of myself. But I thought work was more important. Now I can't do the things I always said I'd do when I retired. I can't hike, can't travel the way I wanted to. My body won't let me. I didn't lose my health in an accident. I gave it away. One skipped meal, one missed checkup, one extra hour at the office at a time. The fourth lesson is that the people you love won't wait forever. I missed a lot. I know that now. My son's baseball games, my daughter's dance recitals, birthdays, anniversaries, quiet Sunday mornings. I thought they'd understand. I thought providing for them was the same as being there for them. But my son doesn't call much anymore. We don't have much to talk about. I don't know him, not really. I wasn't there when he needed advice about his first job, his first breakup, his fears about becoming a father himself. I was at the office. My daughter's kind. She visits. But there's a distance between us, a gap I can't close now, because you can't build a relationship in reverse. You can't make up for decades of absence with a few years of presence at the end. They needed me then, not my paycheck, me, and I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought I was being responsible. But I was just hiding. Work was easier than being a father, easier than being a husband, easier than figuring out who I was outside of my job title. And that's the fifth thing. If your whole identity is your job, what happens when the job is gone? I don't know who I am anymore. For 55 years, I was my role, my title, the guy who handled that account, the one who knew the system better than anyone. That's how I introduced myself. That's how I thought of myself. Now I wake up and I don't have anywhere to go. No meetings, no emails. No one needs me to solve their problem. And I feel invisible, like I disappeared the moment I walked out of that building. I never learned to be anything else. I never built friendships outside of work. Never developed interests or skills that were just mine. I poured everything into a container that wasn't mine to keep. And when they took it away, I had nothing left. I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm not saying work doesn't matter. It does. But it's not everything, and it won't love you back. If you're young, or even if you're middle-aged and still have some years ahead of you, please hear this. Your company will replace you. Maybe not today. Maybe not next year, but eventually. And when they do, they won't feel bad about it. It's just business. But your husband, your wife, your kids, your friends, your health, your time, yourself, those things can't be replaced. And they can't wait until retirement. I'm not angry anymore. I'm just tired. And I'm trying to figure out what to do with the time I have left. It's not much, but it's mine. I wish I'd known that 55 years ago. I wish I'd worked to live instead of live to work. I wish I'd been braver enough to leave on time, to say no, to choose my family over a meeting, to choose myself over a company that never really saw me. I can't go back. But maybe you can still choose differently. Maybe you can see what I couldn't. That a full life is more than a full inbox. That being remembered by the people you love matters more than being employee of the month. That you are not your job. I hope you hear me. I really do. Because I don't want you to be 74, standing in a parking lot holding a box, wondering where all the years went.